to practice with this at home, okay? You can do this 5 times a day. Like some people take a medication 5 times a day. You'll be playing this number 1 5 times a day, okay? Now let's do this with your left hand. Back and good. 1, 2. All fingers curved. Very nice. Okay, so do you remember what note is that?
E.
What?
G.
Yes. Now, do you remember how to play that piece? Can you do that for me? Go ahead. 1, 2. And keep fingers around. Okay, you know, I did not follow to see if you did all of those G's. So let's do it once again, but make sure that your fingers are curved, all of them like this. This is nice. Don't let the pinky run away, okay? And 1, oh, G, what is that?
I was trying to keep the pinky here.
Okay, I understand. So make a nice G and 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Good. And
This part is the easiest part.
I know, and because you had a little bit of a break, you'll do some easy things at home this week, okay? Let's do the same thing with your, what hand? What hand did you just play? What was that? What is that? Same thing. Same thing. Straight back. Now, remember how our hand has to be here, round, and this way we can also make a nice sound. And this hand will be on the left. Okay, so
It's
let's.
also hard to play with the left.
It hurts to play with the
No,
left.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. That's why we have 1, 1, 1, 2. Stay round, round. 1, 2, 1, 1, and make sure the fingers around. This will be a little bit harder to do. Okay. Now your hand, the hand that doesn't play, will be on the left. Very nice. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Now, do you see what I'm doing with your hand? What am I doing? Take a look at your hand. Do you see how nice and round it is? And what am I doing with this finger of yours? I'm making sure it's curved, right? And that's what I want you to do when you play on your own, okay? Now do this on your own once. Now, what happened to the hand? It's like this. How should it be? This is better. Okay, good. And walk with your waist. 1, 2, 1, 2, F, F, 1, 2, F, F, 1, 2, F, F, 1, 2, off. Nice. Okay, you'll do the same now with the nice. And show me a nice hand position. Round, nice and round. Okay, go ahead. And 1, 2, 1, 2, round fingers. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so if you see that your finger is doing this, tell her, go back to curve, okay?
But every time I'm playing, it tries to go away.
Oh, I know. I just told you. Okay, tell me, what note is that? I may have been wrong. Wait, don't play it, just tell me what it is.
P,
Good. How about this one?
A, G, A, G, G, A, G, G, A.
Good. Okay, so we'll do now the same thing. First with your right hand. 1, 2, and then with the same finger, 3. And then G, A. Only with the third finger. A, G, A. Okay, now you do it. And only with the third. You see, I put the third here, and that applies to all the notes. 1, 2, 1, 2. G, and then relax the wrist. A, and G, G, A, G, G, Okay, left hand, same thing. Straight and look at your hand. Tell me, is it good? Okay, how about now? It's a little better. And 1, 2. All fingers curved. All fingers the same. All of them the same. Wow. Let's try. Let's go from the beginning. 1 fingers. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Relax the wrist. Relax on the face. Listen, when I ask you to curve them, it doesn't mean I want you to lock them. Curving them is like this. Locking them is like this. You don't want to lock them, okay? Because if you lock them, you will not be able to play well. And I know that you want to be the best, right? You want to play really well. So let's try this once again. And I'm going to tell you, Eric, on the left hand, you have to work harder because it always seems like the right hand is easier to do things. So let's try this again. Left hand, we'll only have 4 and 5, then we're doing something else. So let's do that. Eric, the piano's calling you. Okay, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1 fingers, G, A, G, G, A. Okay, so hopefully it will get easier for you in a week. We'll be done with this page and we'll go to your favorite. So tell me, what note is that?
C.
Good. So we don't need this here. You already know. And what note is that?
G.
What?
G.
G? Let's see. So this is a C. Do you see how this note goes one step below? So what would that be? If this is C, what would this be?
A.
Wait. So C is here. And one step, what?
B.
B. Good. So you'll remember this. I'm not writing this down. How about this?
C. C.
And then what?
D.
D. And then?
C. A.
B. B. And then? A.
A.
So that's our A. Okay. So let's try this. This you'll only be doing with your right hand. You don't need to do
When I
this.
get bigger and I play this, will this be easy?
What's that?
When I get bigger and I play this, will
Next week it will be easier. Next week I promise you. You have to do this 5 good times every day. Then it will get easier. So let's try. Nice and round. Show me your round hand. Good. And C, C, D. Oh, sorry. This is 2. Here, let me write this down. Here you change your fingers. So you start on 3 and go on 2 on D. Okay, go ahead. And C, C, D. Round fingers. C, C, D. Go up. What did you do? So once you get on the 4, you stay, okay? You stay on that. And then C, C, and then D, and A, and then relax the wrist. Yes, but don't relax your back. Okay, let's do this one once again. Go ahead, do it once again. C, C, D, good. C, C, D. C, C, round fingers, and finish on A. And then A, one finger, round hand, and then relax. Okay, so on each note or double bar line, which is this
Okay.
musical pattern. So whatever he can read now, he doesn't have to do everything, but if he can do just, just
Okay.
whatever he can recognize, that would be
So
good for him.
you said piano, soft, forte,
Forte, loud.
loud. Okay.
And this is page
Oh.
13. Okay, so whatever you can do. Now, I see, and I think some of those you already know. But here, Eric, you see this note? Let's think, what can that be? Because you remember this one. This first of all, what's the clef here? Do you remember how it's called?
F clef.
F clef, and it also has another name. And I think this you can already read, bass clef. So do you remember why is this called the F clef? Because the clef, we start writing it on the F, on this F. Okay, and you can play this for me now. So that F, it's the line for the F is between these two dots. You see that? Okay, so this note, which we are going to learn today also on page 46 in your lesson book, is, let's try and figure it out. So F would be on the line. You know, if you do good today, I have some stickers for you. But you'll have to be very, very attentive. Not here. Okay, so we have this note here, which is what? On this line, what would it be? F. And then we go one step up on this space and would be
G.
good. And then on this line, what is it going to be?
F.
No, F was here. So this line, do you see that line? I'll trace it a little bit here. This line.
G.
No, but G was here. G was on this space. You already said it. So up from G would be
A.
good. And this one would be?
A.
No,
A after A.
cannot be A and A, right? This is A, and it's on this line, on this first line here, on the top. And then, what's that? Okay,
After A
let's
is
try.
one.
Let's try
Okay.
something else.
A, B, right?
Look, let's say we have 5 lines. Let me actually do this in one. Okay, so we have 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and we are in the bass clef, in the F clef. Okay, and I just asked you about. And then here you're going to write a bass F. Relax. Bass F, which is going to be here. Remember? And then middle C, which by now you remember. You should remember the middle C. And then treble G, which will be on this line. Okay, so I'm just tracing those lines for you. Right here. And then right here in the middle. And then you will have to write the notes. So now you have to recognize. What would this be?
B.
Good. And how about this one?
A.
Good. Okay, now change of clef. Change of clef. Do you recognize this note?
B.
No, this is a different clef, you see? So, let's go back and see. No, actually, I don't think you played it. Okay, you don't have to recognize this. What you'll have to do is you'll have to find all the B's, but it's a B only if it has a bass clef, okay? So once you find it, you're going to trace it, okay? You're going to draw inside with a pencil, okay? So shade
You
the
mean
balls
like
with the
in
bass
here?
clef. Just the B, just the B's.
You
So
mean
this
like
is a B.
in the hole?
No, just everything, the whole
This
ball.
means he need to write
Yeah.
down B.
No, he just needs to do this inside.
Oh, okay. Just
Okay.
circle it
yes.
so that means he knows where
Right,
the B is.
right.
Okay. So
Nothing-
among all of this to find where the B is.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, now here, how many bass clef B's do you see here? You have to write down the number here. How many do you see?
1.
No, not here, right here. How many B's?
2.
Good. So you have to count
down to-
in
okay.
each of those, okay?
Okay. You said here is a copy. What does that mean?
Copy. What he sees here, he writes again here.
Oh,
The same
okay.
thing. He just
So
has
he
to
just
write it.
do a circle like this.
He writes the note. He writes
Note B?
This is the note. Yeah, he just has to do the same thing.
Oh, okay. Just exactly
Exactly
copy
the
this
same.
one. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He has to write it down.
Okay.
So, this is page 13, and then this one is B. Can you find this B for me? Okay, but what hand will be playing? Okay, and where is that B? So this is your middle C, that's right here. And then we go one step down with the left hand. Exactly, so play this for me. Good. Okay, so now, Eric, tell me, what note is this?
C.
Good. We'll write the C here. And then if you play 1 on C, what finger will you play on this note, on B? Not the right though, we're playing with the left now. So this is your C, and then B. Okay, go ahead and play. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Back to C, and then what? Good, with the round fingers. So this would be G. Okay? So go ahead again from the beginning. 1 on C, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then G. 1, 2. Good. Left hand, C, and then B, B, and then C, and then G, G. Good. And now continue. G, F, E, ups. Look again, look again. So you play the G nicely, G, and then F, E, F. Good. Now you on your own. F, E, F, G. And then what finger will you be playing here on B? It's already there. It's already there. B, and then very nice. So I'll write this down for you, okay? Try once again from the beginning. Two, C, G, G, good. C, C, G, G, keep going. Lift after each note. G. No, what's that? Okay, wait a second. Something happened, and we need to stay here on the third finger, okay? Now, like that. Please relax your thighs. Okay, try this again for measure 5. This is the hand. Let's look here. And G, F, E, F, G, F, E, F, and then G, 1, 2, and then what? What note? Oh, what does this mean? What does 2 mean? Good. And okay, but show me a nice hand position. By now you already know about this. Yes. And then lift. Okay, Eric. So next week you'll have this ready for me. Okay? What does this mean? How many beats are we going to count in each measure? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? Okay, let's start. Now, what note is this?
C.
Good. And what note is this?
G.
What?
G.
G? This is G? No way. Think again. This is G. This is G. What is this? So look, we have what?
E.
No. You cannot guess. Here's our middle C, right? Now, middle C, we could also see it right here, the middle C. So this is the middle C. Where is this in relation to middle C?
F.
No. You know this. Look, this is the note. This is your G line, right? So G,
D.
Yes, yes, D. This is right. Okay, so let's try this. Go ahead, start on 1 on C. 1 on C. Round hands, round hands. Okay, this one will be on standby. So, C. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead. C. C. B. And then.
Video is just too distracting.
Okay, that's fine, but you're almost finished. So let's try and get this one done. 1, 2, D. Look, 1, D, and then here you'll play with the second finger. E. Oops, what happened, Eric? 2, 2, and then D, and then Eric. We have to do the same fingers. Same fingers. We don't want to change. 2 on E. 2. This is 2. This finger. It's 2? No, it's 3. Okay. E. And then it goes up. Okay. So Eric, we have to finish. You have these 4 measures, okay? Try those again, please. But you must do it with exactly with those fingers written there. What hand? Wait a second. What hand is this? What hand, please? Left. What did you play with?
Right?
Okay. So rules, rules. Let's try this again, and then it'll be done. C, C. Not yet, not yet. This is still left. B. You have to go with the fingers. So if you have 1 here, why would you have 3 here? Your finger, your second finger is already on the key. Right? Okay, we will have to walk this through the beginning. So I think if you can just learn this one,
Okay.
that would be fine. We'll start this one again next week.
Okay. So what is the rules of which finger he should use?
Well, if he has a 1 on C, the second finger is already here. He shouldn't play with the 3.
Oh.
The second, and that's
Oh,
what
this is
Sadly-
one. That means the first finger.
Yeah, 1.
Okay.
And then
So this say
step
he
down
there's.
would be 2. But don't worry about
Okay,
this.
okay.
Let's just focus on this,
Okay.
and then the theory book